back to my channel in Tina's Kitchen, where today I'm inviting you over to make something super exciting for me because I have never made this dish. However, I grew up eating it. It is so tasty, so delightful, a little, cumbersome to make, however, so worth it at the end, just like every dish out there, every good dish, and this is one of them. It's so traditional, so culturally based. There are so many different ways to make this. However, I'm gonna hone in into my memory and try to emulate the way my mom used to make it. But for the most part, everybody really uses the same type of ingredients. You have your meat and you have your dough and you have this beautifully cute little dumpling that, is the end result. Getting into the ingredients today, we start with the dough. Now, I did want to try two different types of dough. I'm gonna make two different sinis of the dumpling, of the Monti. I'm gonna use wonton ready-made dough, which a lot of people do. I remember my mom used to use this, and I wanted to actually make it from kind of scratch dough. I didn't make this dough myself, however, it is an actual dough. So we're gonna cut it, align it, and fill it with this as well. Your meat filling is gonna comprise of your ground beef. I'm just using grass-fed Angus beef here. You can use any type of ground beef you like. And in that beef, we're going to chop in some parsley. We're gonna mince some onion, some garlic, and of course we have our amazing spices. I am gonna be using that really wonderful mild Aleppo pepper that I was able to find on Mom Cave Foods, which is gonna add in that robust, flavor to that meat. We also have ground pepper, paprika, and salt. Very simple. The dish itself is very simple. We're gonna top it over a really special tomato-based sauce with butter and some mint. Again, going from memory, I don't think people do this, but my mom did it and I loved it, so I do wanna share that little piece with you guys as well. Oh, also, you are gonna need something to spray your pan with so the Montis don't stick. So without further ado, grab your ingredients, join me in the kitchen as I attempt to make Sini Monti for the very first time. All right, so we are gonna start with our meat filling first and go ahead and combine all of the ingredients. So I have my 1 pound of packaged ground beef. I'll go ahead and add in all of my spices. We have the Aleppo pepper, the ground pepper, the paprika, and the salt. Those will all go in. And you can add additional, to your taste, of course. And we are going to mince in some garlic for that really robust, aromatic ingredient. I'm going to use 3 cloves of garlic for this. Okay. Also for the onion, we are going to need to grate those in, or if you have a food processor, perfect. We just want it more on the minced side. That way you get that juiciness of that onion as opposed to chopping it in. So I'm gonna use my food grater here and just grate the onion in. And it is giving me that minced consistency that we're looking for. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do the other one. I'm tempted to do this off camera. Okay, you guys get the point. I'll finish that, later, but make sure you get that whole onion in there. Next thing we want to do is chop our parsley. Okay, let's move that over. That is strong, you guys. Okay, so you don't need the ends. To add in a little bit of tomato paste. recipe I don't think calls for this, but I do want a little bit of color in my meat filling, so we're just gonna add a little bit in. Also, you can use pepper paste, about a teaspoon, that should do it. And then, of course, the real authentic way, we really gotta get in there with our fingers and just bring in all these amazing ingredients together. It smells so good, you guys. I might have too much parsley in mine, a little bit more than what normally would be used, but again, this dish is, you know, derived from Armenia, and there are so many different types of Armenians because of our diaspora. It's so wide that, you know, everybody makes it a different way, and a little bit of my Persian side is kicking in, so you don't have to put an entire bunch of parsley like I did. You can use less for sure. So we're gonna set this aside and prepare our dough. Now again, we're doing the 2 different types of dough. This is gonna be a challenge, but I really wanna try this and make these 2 different variations just to see which one we like better. Okay, so I have prepared my dough, which is the one that's made from scratch, and it's not the wonton one. And I realized that I don't normally work with dough. I don't ever work with dough, so I don't have a rolling pin, but I am going to do a life hack because I think it will work, and we're gonna be using a roll of foil just to even this out because it's, you know, a little bit you know, bulky here. I just want it to be super flat for our cute little Sini Montis, our little dumplings. So here we go. See, it works. Life hack, you guys. Not bad. But I do want to get a rolling pin because it just will look so cute with my wooden, you know, set. Okay, not bad. It did the job. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is cut the dough into little squares and prepare them to be folded into the dumplings. So, and I know they have to be, you know, a little bit on the smaller side, but it's up to you if you like them to be a little bit on the larger side. Now the wontons are large. We are going to, you know, shape those into smaller squares. But for this one, because it's so large, it's really up to your own devices of what you want to shape it into. Our meat filling. I'm just gonna separate them, you know, put some flour so they are not sticky and workable. All right, so I've prepped the dough, and now we want to prep our sheet pan. This is new, it's not open yet. All right, I'm keeping it really raw with you guys, if you can tell. It's just my style. So we're opening this brand new, and we're gonna spray the sheet pan so we don't get that wonderful dumpling stuck onto our sheet pan. So just a lightly glaze. I found this, it's so cool. It's ghee blend with ghee, coconut oil, and grapeseed oil, like 3 really amazing oils packed together. So it should add a hint of, you know, nice flavoring as well. So in getting started with filling our dough, I will grab a spoon. I don't want to use my fingers in grabbing this because I want to keep them clean in pressing the dough. This is my first time filling our little dumplings. Okay. This might be too much, so let's, all right, that's good. Oh, you know what I need? Something to clean my fingers, because I did say we want to keep it clean. All right, so I believe you just pinch them. Oh. Okay, we need some water just to put on the sides. Let me see. I think it should work without the water. I think we need the water for the wonton, not these actual doughs. Yeah, there we go. You just gotta work it. Oh my God, so cute. It looks like everyone's. I'm so excited. Okay, so what we are gonna do is place it in the middle and make some type of flower formation for our design. Now my sheet pan, bear in mind, is on the smaller side, and that's because this is all that I was able to find last minute. But you can use obviously a larger 19-inch or 16-inch, 11-inch. This is a 9-inch, unfortunately, but we're gonna make it work, so we'll just take it from there. So cute. They look so authentic. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna work. Okay. Now we are ready to create our dumplings using the wonton. I have placed the other set in the fridge in preparation to bake it. I want to bake them together. So let's just get started with our wonton. I've never worked with wonton before, so I do know that it will get dry, so we'll cover the pieces that we're not working with a wet towel or paper towel, and I'm just gonna set a few aside here because I want to cut them into smaller pieces, and if I align them all together we can get one huge cut. Okay. Grab our knife and go straight down, or let me see what I want to do. I think I want them halved, and then I do want them a little bit on the larger side just to match the other ones. So, and it'll be easier for us to mold them because when they're smaller, a little bit harder to work with. You know what? I'm gonna try it out. Let's do one where we cut it into 4s. And then we just wet the sides, just the 2 sides that we're gonna stick together. Wipe your fingers and pinch them together. Oh, these are super tiny. I feel like my kiddos would like these, but not as, pretty as the other ones, but it'll do. Now I wanna try the larger size. I think I'll probably go with that one. Yeah, this looks more similar to our other set. And the molding part is easier when you set it down and you push down just to get that traditional, mold. Okay, so I'll just continue through, and I think I'll make both variations because our sheet pan is smaller, so I could do some larger ones, some smaller ones, and I'll meet you back in order to bake them, and then we'll make that amazing sauce. preparations ready for the oven. I sprayed a teeny bit of the oil again over it just so the dough can get some color when it bakes. And we're gonna pop these in at 375 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, next thing we wanna do is prepare our topping, that red tomatoey, buttery, minty sauce that's gonna go over the Sini Monti once it comes out of the oven. And then we're gonna also top it with some garlic yogurt and devour these little dumplings like they were meant to be. So see you soon for the sauce. Alright, you guys, we are almost halfway through cooking. What we have to do next is take them both out and add a little bit of water and then stick them back in for another 20 minutes to continue cooking throughout. But I guess adding that base with some water will help it from sticking and it'll just give it a little bit more texture. So I'm just gonna pop them out, and I can't tell you how amazing it smells. It's hot. Okay, so there's one. Here's the other. We're just gonna add a teeny bit of water and stick them back in. And you wanna cover them halfway. Okay. And I already see a difference, you know, between the two doughs, of course, and I'm kind of favoring this actual dough as opposed to the wonton because it looks a little bit more thicker. I don't know, it just looks good. But, you know, this looks pretty and dainty as well. Okay, so that's pretty good. We're gonna pop them back in, and I'll see you guys back in about 15 minutes or so. Guys, so I just popped them out of the oven and they are ready to be topped with this amazing sauce. If I could just be candid with you guys, I think I accidentally made an amazing tomato soup. I mean, it's so tasty. That mint and that butter with that tomato, I can't, it's so good. So it's only gonna be as more amazing on this Monti. So let's just go ahead and top it. Okay, and the next one. And the mint really adds a pretty green, you know, enhanced color to the dish. So you get taste and presentation. Okay, so I also made that super simple yogurt dip. It's literally just plain yogurt, salt, and garlic. That's it. And once I plate my Monti onto the dishes, I will sprinkle the yogurt on and it'll be ready to eat.